I don't know how I got a second save file. That's right. That just like randomly happened. Okay. Yeah, you have to show him your badge. Which I literally tried like everything else I could think of before trying this. Yes, it is my badge. I don't believe it. This old guy's the first person to recognize my badge. I get it. Huh? Yep. I got you figured out now. You're not Keith. Nick. Now's our chance to clear things up. Nice, man. Sir? No, I'm not Keith. And I'm not Meg either. We're here investigating a murder that took place on this lake the other night. Please help us. A lawyer, huh? Please, mister. Why is she looking at him like that? Alright, I'll help. The alerts are working again, thank God. Thanks, Hannah. What's up? How's it going? But on one condition. What's that? When this case is over and done, you'll run the wet noodle. We can't promise that. I can't make that promise. Do I get honesty points for that? Is that any way to treat your old man? Bah, you want my help, you've come to the wrong man. Dude, you're asking me to run a restaurant, and I'm a fucking lawyer. What do you want from me? Just making dinner, love this guy. Uh-oh, now he's grumpy. Not to mention he still thinks we're his kids. Maybe we should just lie and say we'll run a shop? Okay, we promise. Yeah, sure, let's just lie. That's cool. Nick, are you sure about this? Hey, anything to get this case solved. Facts. Also, who wouldn't want to eat Phoenix noodles? Yeah, who wouldn't eat that? I guess so. That's my boy. Good for you, Keith. I'm so proud of you that I'm angry. He's like 90. He'll die in a couple of years. Bruh. How do you know that? Wait, didn't I just say... You too, Meg. I think he just has like dementia or some shit. I don't even know. Heh. You bring a tear to your old man's eye, you know. Now, what was it that you wanted to know? Speak up, Polly. Hello. Now he's talking to the bird again. How do we get him to talk to us? Yep, I seen this. You know something about this, sir? Oh, happy birthday, Duncan. Let's go. Wholesome. Keith? Yes? It's okay. You can call me Dad. Dad, do you know something about this? Yep. The other night, out on the lake. Yes? I know all about that. I seen it. What? Tell us what you saw. Well, I suppose. Since you're taking over the shop and all. What? Okay. Monka W. I forget the time, but it was pretty dark outside. Probably night. Yup. I've changed this guy's voice 5 times. I'm sorry. It was after midnight. Oh, it was after midnight, but okay. And then I heard this bang, so I looked outside. And then I heard another one. Bang! Hi, Gamer. What's up? A little while later, this boat comes back. Then a young man walked by my window here. He was muttering something to himself, yep. Oh, his memory is great. Wow. What did he say? Yep. I forgot, just kidding. What the fuck? He had so many details. He had so many not important details. I'll remember tomorrow by court time, I promise. That's so fucking funny. I need to know earlier than that. You know what? Little Terry was just here. Terry? Yep, that kid next door. You always used to make him cry, remember? He was wearing this tattered old coat and got himself some whiskers growing out his face. He must be talking about Detective Gumshoe. That's a reach. He comes up and tells me to come down to court tomorrow. Really? Somehow I don't think we're gonna get much useful information from this guy. Maya, maybe we should be leaving. I think you're right. Oh, wait, I had one more question. Huh? Polly, have we forgotten something? Don't forget DL6. Huh? That's a smart-ass bird. Jesus Christ. What did she just say, Nick? One more time, Polly. Don't forget DL6. Mocha W. Can the parrot testify tomorrow? You know what? I'm joking when I say that, but I think this game would do some shit like that. They would pull some shit like that. Hey, Mr. I mean, Dad. Wake your ass up. This is getting weird. Need to take Peck to court. Who is this old guy? Why would that bird Polly know about DL6? We're not gonna wake him up. I've woken him up like a dozen times. We have to figure out who that old man is. Oh, what? He locked the door from the other side. Steal his bird? It'd be rude to wake him up. Let's just steal his pet. Who could that old man be? I think I need to do a little more research on this DL6 incident. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe. Funny song. I love how, like, dramatic that song is for no reason. Save me, Gumshoe. Please. Hey, pal. Long time no see. You don't look so happy. What's wrong this time? Actually, we wanted to ask you something. April Samurai theme song? Yeah? I clicked move. I'm like, actually I need to ask you something, and then I just run away. You know the boat rental shop down at Gourd Lake? Oh yeah. The old man who runs it is appearing as a witness in court tomorrow, right? Uh-huh. How'd you... that was supposed to be top secret. Do you know who that old man is, Detective? Actually, I don't. He's a bit of an odd bird. I haven't been able to get a straight answer out of him. I decided first that he wasn't persuasive enough to stand and testify as a witness. That's why we called Miss Thought-a-Heart yesterday. As for who he is, we have absolutely no idea. Very helpful, thanks. Sounds suspicious. Detective Gumshoe, please help us. Save us. Huh? We need to know about the DL6 incident. Exclamation point! That's when Edward's father died. I can't help but think that it has something to do with this current That's me talking, this current case. To tell the truth, I don't know much about DL6 either. Mr. Edgeworth forbade us from reading the file, so I'm afraid I can't show them to you either, pal. What? However, if you can convince me somehow that the DL6 incident is related to this case, well, I guess I'd consider opening the file up. Okay. I'm not allowed to do it, but if you really convince me to do it, I'll just do it. She's not gonna tell me anything, is she? That's just not true. We've been... Okay. Grossberg, save me. He's cool like that, yeah. I only break the rules if somebody else tells me to do it. Why can I even go here? It's so useless, man. Why does it even let me go there? He's not there. What's the point? They gotta be tired walking to this nature park over and over again, man. How far away is it? Soft lock? Did I get soft locked? I mean, I guess at the end of last stream I had no idea what to do, but I figured it out. Alright, we're going to the rental shop again. Let me in! They're probably closed because of the murder. I have no memory of going in that building. Okay, I have to convince him DL6. Oh, you know what? I probably present something to him, don't I? I didn't have to leave. I can't talk to him, can I? No. Oh, here we go. Sorry to disappoint you, pal. I'm drawing a blank. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, are we gonna... What's that? A parrot? The old man at the boat rental shop's parrot. The parrot knew about that incident. That incident? DL6. What? I'm pretty easy to convince, aren't I? Don't forget, DL6. We did steal the parrot. Yeah. Remember that parrot? I have him right here. Go on, tell him. Tell him, Polly. I'm pretty sure that old man must have taught her that word. Yeah, but how would that old man know about the DL6 incident? It must be related to the case. What if that old man was connected to DL6? Nick, you think he might be? Where have you been? You were with me the whole time. I get you. Sounds like you need information on the DL6 incident. Through there is the station's records room. I'll give you special permission to go in and find what you need. Alright, way to go, Detective Gumshoe. Okay, Nick, to the records room. I guess it's time we faced Edgeworth's past. Hell yeah. Records room. Bye, Deku. Congrats. Congrats on first. Wow, it's amazing. Ooh, dusty. 10 years of files and 10 years of dust, I guess. Let's find that DL6 stuff quick. 15 years ago? Oh, okay. 15 years ago, both me and Edgeworth were 9 years old. We were almost through with 4th grade when he suddenly transferred. Because of DL6? Nick, I found where the file is. Wow. Oh, thanks. Just let me know what you want to know about the DL6 incident. I'll go get the right file. You just said you had it, though. What about DN6, Maya? Can you get that? Well, first I have to get a handle on the main facts. Like a summary? Right. Summary. Found it! Here you go. December 28th, 2001. That's exactly 15 years ago from the day after tomorrow. I wish, Maya. So in 2 days, the case is closed. The incident took place in the elevator of the district courthouse. What? Is this the same district courthouse where we are holding the trial now? Looks like it. There was a large earthquake at 2 p.m. on that day. Part of the court building collapsed and all the lights went out. That'll happen in Japanifornia for sure. Wow, that was some earthquake. At the time, 3 people were trapped in the elevator. It took 5 hours for them to be rescued. 5 hours? That would be scary like that in the dark. Jesus fucking Christ. There was a lack of oxygen in the elevator and the survivors were unconscious. The survivors? One of the 3 in the elevator had been shot in the heart. That was Mr. Edgeworth's father, wasn't it? He said that his father was shot before his very eyes. So Miles Edgeworth was one of the other passengers in that elevator. So he's just in the elevator with his dad's murderer for 5 hours? Is that what I'm understanding? Do you have data on the victim? Edgeworth's father? Yeah, hold on. Victim. Here, found it. Gregory Edgeworth, 35, defense attorney. If he were still alive, he'd be 50. He had lost that day's case in court and got in the elevator with his son, Miles. Miles? Miles Edgeworth, of course. Bro's name is Gregory, skull emoji. So he was in the elevator with his father. Okay, so there's the bullet hole in the glass. It said there were 3 people in there, though. From the angle of the bullet and the other evidence, it could not have been a suicide. The murder weapon, a pistol, was found in the elevator. The pistol had been fired 2 times. Where have I heard that before? Huh? It sounds just like this current case. What's going on here? Got any data on the suspect in there? That would be the guy that my mom got arrested. Hold on. This is it. I see. The man arrested as a suspect in DL6 was Yanni Yogi? He was a clerk in the court, apparently. Bro's name is Yanni, skull emoji. He must have been the 3rd person in the elevator. Well, then he had to have done it. 2-head. But if he was found innocent, thanks to his defense lawyer, Robert Hammond. Hammond, the victim in our case. Right. True, game it. The suspect, Mr. Yogi, was oxygen deprived, so much that he had brain damage. Drywall? He lost all memory of being in the elevator. After he was declared innocent, he disappeared. Where could Yogi have gone to, I wonder? He may be closer than we think. He's right behind you! No, my god! I guess I know generally what happened to DL6 now. I still don't know what sort of impact the whole thing had on Edgeworth. I'm sure he was cool with it. Nick, are we going to take the whole file? There's too much. We'll never get it out. How big is it? You're right. How about we just take what we think we'll need? Well, it's not gonna fit through the door? Like, what the fuck are we holding? Looks pretty fucking small to me. Alright. Right. That's probably all we'll be able to find here. Now all that's left is the trial tomorrow. Yeah, I feel pretty ready. I wonder how Dad will do testifying in court. Yeah, I mean, he had plenty of time to process it. It sounds like. Not like there was anything else to think about. Oh god. I gotta do the voice again, man. I'm not ready. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well, no opening statements, so...
Objection. Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking.
Right, of course.
A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now.
Damn right. Order, order! Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now?
Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now.
Right.
I call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand.
It's that mysterious boat shop owner. Okay.
Witness, state your profession.
I am the proprietor of the restaurant at the Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. And I also rent boats.
The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct?
Yep, I was.
Please testify.
Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. He's just sleeping again. I'm gonna raise an objection. You know what? Who the fuck are you? The witness hasn't stated his name yet.
Objection. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah! I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Technically 2 now. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate.
Yeah, right. I know. He sounds like Black Doom from Shadow the Hedgehog, so that's the voice I've been trying to do. The witness will state his name. But someone pointed out it also sounds like Batman, which is funny. It's not fun to do after a while. It's kind of hard. Black Doom from Russia. That's right. Well, I'm not really sure. Yep. What do you mean? My memory.
Your Honor, The witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name.
That's wild. Speaking of wild, what's up, Wild Style? How's it going?
Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify.
Doing okay, let's go. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness? Yeah, pretty smart. They just be letting anyone in court. Get Polly up there, I'm saying. Just let Polly do all the talking. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. And then I heard a bang. Yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore, and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. I think that was a good stopping point.
There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony.
That is just an insane thing to say.
Ergo, no need for a cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict, now.
Yes. Mr. Wright? I mean, what can you do? Sometimes, you know, part of being a good lawyer is to know when to throw in the towel. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma?
3 minutes just passed.
I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. Insane interaction. He's trying to strong-arm the trial again. Facts. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Objection. No, it wasn't. I've just learned to press everything, because he always has something to say. Just around then, are you sure? Pretty sure. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today.
I asked him and he remembered. Isn't that right?
Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly, I did.
You see? Continue.
I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. What kind of boats? Is there anyone who could verify that? Well, I guess Polly could. I'd like to call Polly to the stand, please. That's not good enough for a court of law. Judge, thoughts? Thank you. Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot. A parrot? Well, get her up here. What are we waiting for? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. Keith. That was funny.
The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue.
Then I heard a bang. Yep. Man, I gotta press that shit. Where did the bang seem to come from? Dude, you fall asleep so fast. Looking like Big Mikey out here. From the lake, I figure.
Are you certain?
Yep.
Good. Continue.
When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly. But I figured there was 2 men out there, yep. But you couldn't see them clearly. Yep. At the time, that is. At the time? Wake the fuck up, man! Then I heard another bang. So you heard 2 gunshots total. Nobody said they were gunshots. Yep. That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. A man walks by my window. Can I hear more about that? Maybe. By your window? That's not the important part. By my window, right outside the window. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
I have a bad feeling about this. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Oh, he did remember. Look at you. Look at you, man. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad. Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by, too.
Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth?
It was him, that Edgeworth boy. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so that he could set me up for a fall. Yeah, he was like,
Please cross-examine, please.
I think that's what he said, right?
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Oh, really? Wow. Me fucking neither. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. It's not like we did it. I better act quick or this trial is gonna be over. Let's pull some shit out of my ass. Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired the gun.
Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun, and the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand?
Thank you for the recap. I needed that. Exactly. Decisive proof, for sure.
That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true.
The judge has lost in thought. What should I do? Oh, I got more objections, baby. Just you wait. We're just getting started. Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead. But he probably could believe he's dead because he killed him. If you were telling a lie...
Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof.
Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Maybe you need to turn into your hot sister again and tell me. Yeah, there we go. We need your help. Nick needs you.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record.
Enough. The witness may leave the stand. Oh man, I need proof. I always want to be so smart and figure it out before the game tells me. But we all know that's not happening. There's no way. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Well, fuck. Is it? I'm thinking. I don't know how he... Who would have done it? I don't know. The accused will surrender to the court immediately to be held pending trial at a higher court date within a month from today's date. I'm so bad, man. It's crazy. Maybe the caretaker did it. Maybe Larry Butts did it. That is all. This court is adjourned. Ooh, wait! Who was that just now? Me! Huh? Wow! Oh shit! It's Harry Butts! How... Okay. Larry? What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder, and I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Larry, my hero. Order.
What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment.
One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. Do you think this has ever happened in the history of all court cases in the world? Where it's like, court is adjourned, and then some guy comes in, he's like, no the fuck it isn't, and then the judge is like, alright, what's up? Tell me everything. I feel like that's just against the rules. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Okay, then I realized something he said was different from what I remembered. Anyhow, I just can't sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. Right, yeah. Well, since this game is 1-to-1 with real life, I think you can probably do that. I'll testify. Let me testify. Oops. Ah, fuck it, we'll save. Order, order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed.
Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over.
Nick, let's kill him. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there's another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. Good song.
A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned.
Allow me to speak my opinion.
Objection. No.
In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard.
What is this?
I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. That's a thing I can do. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now!
What?
The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Oh, he looks ready to go. Court is adjourned. Mia, help me! Whew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that. The edge of your seat like that. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth, you're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night. Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night. Yeah. You have Edgeworth. Yeah, I know. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You say something right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? Yeah, what's wrong, dude? Like, you're looking a little nervous. Turn that frown upside down, bud. It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. Now that we just got out of the courtroom by the skin of our fucking teeth, can you tell me probably the most important piece of evidence that we could have gotten literally day one at the very fucking start? When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. Jesus Christ. I didn't have a reason, really. That is a crazy thing to do. I see. Right. Yeah? This might be our chance. That's a crazy thing to do. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. So, he has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry now. Larry Butt's the goat. My goat right now. God. Alright. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything you saw. Yeah, you need the perfect record, I guess. On the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. That night, I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something, and I found it, so I quietly slipped the boat back in the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. Thanks, man. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? What the fuck do you mean? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? There are so many things wrong, I don't even know where to begin. First of all, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11 when I went out in the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night, so I waited until the coast was cleared, so to speak. Now, why were you out on a boat at such a late hour? Trying to find the mascot. Yeah. Mr. Butts, what was it you're looking for? You hate him? Damn.
What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy.
That's surprisingly close to the truth, in a sense.
This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with.
So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. How quietly? Around what time was that? Well, let's see. I like his thinking face. Let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. That's crazy. I guess it was around 12, yeah. You're not sure. Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. What? Then, just as I was about to go home, I heard this bang. Where did this sound come from? Well, I wasn't too sure about that. Larry, you're blowing it! I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. Wasn't there a boat on the lake?
I think there was a boat on the lake.
Order, order. Well, Mr. Butts, just imagine. It's funny to imagine what the crowd is thinking. Whoa, whoa. Everyone just calm down, okay? I mean, it was really foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case. So you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick? It's a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should start working on the contradictions. Sorry, I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. Okay. Tactical save. Alright. Well, what do we got? So he only heard one gunshot. We got the photo. The second photo. Oh, you can't look at this one, that's right. So there's a second one because there were 2 bangs, I guess. Can't remember. Misty Faye. Gordy article, map, pistol bullet, pistol. Lotta heard 2 gunshots. Maybe we have to use that. Let me present the metal detector. That'll come in handy. I can present the parrot and DL6 stuff. I heard this bang. Okay, a couple things I can do. He only heard 1 bang. Lotta heard 2. Yeah, no. I heard this bang. I didn't see a boat, but there was a boat. Shopkeeper said he heard 2. I can present the photo. I mean, this was... It had the boat at one point before we enhanced it. No. Okay, single gunshot. He literally says single gunshot here, so maybe this is when I... Okay, there we go. I had the right idea. Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard 1 bang, you're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Interesting. Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. Butts. What? You only heard 1 gunshot? Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. You motherfucker. Not sure? How can you be not sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order, order, and stop that booing. Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? That a crime? I listen to my radio. Everyone listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion?
Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony.
Is that how you spell shoddy, with D's instead of T's? I always thought it was with T's. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Oh, interesting. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony.
Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost.
Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any way out of this, believe me. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. Oh, I can't wait to press that. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it really booming loud, like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is.
Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio.
True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me, DJ? An announcer? The guy that says things on the radio? Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to examine the witness, Your Honor. We used to be a country, man. Very well, Mr. Wright. What's a DJ? I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Alright. It's lonely being on Christmas Eve. How lonely? So you turn on the radio. Right. I just want to hear someone's voice, you know? You don't know what it's like out there alone on Christmas Eve, alone. I shouldn't have said anything. All request show on the radio. This doesn't seem relevant. Do you by any chance remember the name of the programs?
Objection, who the fuck cares?
Real booming loud? Yeah, you know. And you had headphones on. Yep. And you were listening to this so-called DJ at booming loud volume. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. Can you prove that? No, of course you can't. Nah, I can't prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? I remember exactly what the DJ was saying. What did she say?
Objection. Assuming the gender of the DJ. Please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us?
Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We don't care. We should care. Of course we should.
Why?
Well, how do you know if we don't ask? What? Okay. Testify. Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. How sexy? Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how this helped us at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. There is one gleaming ray of hope in there. We've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. Okay, she said it's almost Christmas, which means that it was like turning midnight, and that's when That's when Hammond was killed. Is my guess. So I guess I would just present... Well... Photo was taken at 12:15. Okay, I guess it didn't happen at midnight. Empty lake at 11:50. Well, that wouldn't make sense. He was out there, wasn't he? Get the fucking parrot on the stand, man. Okay, just after midnight. Let's try this. I'm gonna save again. Hold on. I'm not trying to die in Ace Attorney land. Lotta says just after midnight. Oh, I'm so fucking nice with it. Oh my god. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and... Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But that contradicts the two testimonies we have heard so far, Your Honor. Oh, shit. 100 emoji. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order, order. What does this mean? Alright, the two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. How do they come up with these, dude? They're so fucking elaborate and convoluted. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Third gunshot?
Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious.
What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim? He heard the gunshot before midnight. Larry's so right and valid. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight.
Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence that there was a gunshot before midnight. Show me!
This picture. Look at this photograph. Every time it makes me laugh. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with their automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor. Get your head in the game, man. This photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha, I see. So Larry was playing the radio so loud that the camera heard it and took a picture, of course. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. What's up, Mikey? That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, When Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. I don't know. Then where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? I'm claiming she's a fucking murderer! Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, I love just saying that. I'm going to say that a couple more times. That night, when there were 2 sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. There were 2 gunshots 25 minutes apart. Why would this be?
Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises.
Yes?
There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera.
Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear! He said his nose was clear that night. I don't know. There's no turning back now. Can you prove that it was a gunshot? Can I? That's... Oh, it's fired 3 times. This is my evidence. The murder weapon. Something about this pistol is bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Wait. What? No? Am I... Do I not get it? I thought there was... I thought that would have been the first one. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. Or I guess... Okay. No. He heard the last one after he was done looking. I guess. Yeah. This leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night in the lake.
Exactly. If this were true, there were 2 gunshots, separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why?
Uh-oh, I better think of something quick. I'm confused. He's saying there's 2, and I just said there was 3. Gunshot separated by 25 minutes. What's wrong, Nick? I have it. Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? What's up, Iris? How's it going? Maya. Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch and I'm going to run with it. Right. I mean, is this safe? Yeah. We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just has cleared up this entire case. They got me confused. What do you mean, Mr. Wright?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. So you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself.
Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting.
Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake.
Maya saved me.
This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on the boat.
Yeah, I mean, I need her to do that. She's the smart one of the two of us.
There was a gunshot fired on that boat. Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat.
I admit, it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes. But this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? That's what he sounds like, Jim. The game made that voice. I'm just copying it. We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. Drywall shot him. I knew it. The timestamp on the photo says 0015. Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent.
Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are.
Interesting. It was the murderer and Robert Hammond. See, he's like,
Objection! What do you say? That contradicts what you just told the court. You said that Robert Hammond had been killed 25 minutes before this gunshot.
Yes, that's right. Also, might I mention, the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth, has admitted to being on that boat. Right, Your Honor. Crash and burn. Mr. Wright, your client has already been declared guilty once. I'm going to have to penalize you for this foolishness. I was wrong. What the fuck?
I'll ask you again.
Bruh, what the fuck is happening? Edgeworth and Hammond is what I thought it was the whole time. So I guess it's... You lost me. You lost me, game. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50. He assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. Interesting. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth wouldn't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this.
Ludicrous.
Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... Dude. Yeah, the murderer is none other than Miss Lotta Hart. Oh my god. The investigative photographer? Former. Yes. You're saying that young lady dressed up like Robert Hammond and fooled Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, well, she did look sort of manly. What the? Okay.
Objection! What the fuck do you mean by that? I'm ashamed I actually listened to this utter nonsense. Listen. You came to this conclusion based on a piece of evidence. Since when do courts care about that? That is, the photograph taken at 11:50. If you didn't have this photograph, you never would have made this claim. Correct? And just who was it who went out of her way to give you that piece of evidence?
It was a lot of heart.
Why would the murderer go to all that trouble just to deliver you decisive evidence?
I guess they wouldn't. Mr. Wright, I'm gonna have to penalize you. Dude, it wasn't a lot of heart. Oh my god. I fucking suck at this. Alright. I actually... Okay. I don't know. I don't know the murderer's name. I was thinking it was her, man. You don't know?
Bah, again, you waste my time.
She's exactly as much of a dumb fuck as she seems to be. Good to know. I will present that as evidence to the court if I have to. I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of that boat shop. Yeah. Oh, okay. Dude, I feel dumb right now. I'm not keeping up. Alright, at 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Yeah, we don't know who killed him because we don't know his name. Caretaker of the boat shop. Where did he do this? Yeah, I know, but I like being ahead of the curve. I don't want the game to just tell me what happened. There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out to the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where it took place. Probably right here. Oh, that's why the fucking parrot knows about DL6. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing.
Do you have any proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime?
Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. It's playing the We Figured It Out music. Let's go. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he starts heading for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. Okay. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if... And where would that be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop. Thoughts on Parrot? They're cool. Mr. Wright? What happened that night on Gourd Lake? I almost said that in Karma's voice. Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. If you say so, man. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. I'm like, he's Robert Hammond. What the fuck? Oh, I see. I thought you were just asking me my opinion on parrots. We stand the parrot? Yes, we do. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. probably save. Yeah, I'm at 1 HP. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of save slots. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Oh my gosh, okay. So he was killed from a meter away, just not in the water. Dude, it's so, like... Ugh. It's so confusing because there's literally... I mean, maybe I don't know everything yet, but there is literally a cutscene of 2 men on a boat, and one lifts a gun and shoots the other guy. Like, if that actually didn't happen, then that's kind of insane that they showed me that. Soup. Dude, yeah, it was fucking ridiculous. It was an insane run. I kept saying at the end, I was like, all I wanted was a 45. A high 45 would have been enough, and I got a fucking 4420. It just like kept getting better and better. I don't even know. Like I was stunned. Cutscene of 2 men on a boat kissing. You're gonna tell me that didn't happen? Who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? On the boat. Was it on a boat? Just near the boat shop? What? Okay. Of course it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yeah, I just uploaded it, if you want to watch it. Yes? It's all good though. Hopefully the job's been good. Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details.
Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice.
I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? Yeah, man, it's happened a couple of times where like a run's going really, really well and I'm just kind of locked in and I don't know what the time is gonna be. Like, until I finished, I assumed it would have been like a high 44 maybe, or like a low 45. And then it ends up being like way lower than I thought somehow. I don't know how it keeps happening. The murderer lifts his pistol and fires 1 shot. Little buddy dolphin, yeah. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then oh my god, okay. The murderer jumps from the boat himself. Alright, the cutscene didn't lie. It was just deceiving. Leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know About the automatic camera, of course. Okay. Dude. Earlier they were like, Larry heard the third shot. The last one. He heard the first one, right? I'm assuming he killed Hammond and then dressed up as him and then pretended to have Edgeworth kill him. Not the other way around. The murderer didn't know. Of course, you know, Edgeworth could have just told us that he fucking didn't die and swam away, but why? That would be so easy. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. It's Yuri Day tomorrow? Is that a holiday? Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body. So Larry heard the first shot, not the third one, threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Bailiff? Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly. He's gone. Can't find him. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? Let's end where we should have begun. What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Oh, that's how you know, Drywall. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry. I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. Oh my god. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him quickly. We can't allow him to get away. Hey, Karma, why is that guy running away from the court? Any thoughts on that? Yeah, Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared.
A search warrant has already been issued.
It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. Happy Mayonnaise Monday, Doom. How's it going? Thanks for the good luck. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. Well, now they're cooked. Yay, Nick, you did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Exclamation point. Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably gonna get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax.
Nothing to smile about in my life. I'm sorry. But I fear it's not over for me yet.
What do you mean? Not the ominous music, no.
Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. And I don't know whether or not to tell you.
You should probably tell me. Edgeworth?
No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind.
What is this about, Edgeworth? Happy Pride Month.
It's a nightmare I had. A memory of a crime that I committed.
A crime you committed?
A memory of a murder. On a boat. On Christmas Eve. With a gun. About a meter away.
Alright. Interesting. What if I'm like a dick about it? I'm like, oh, was it on an elevator? Was an earthquake happening? Was it your dad? Just a hunch. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about?
Memory of a crime that I committed. Memory of murder.
Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never. Nick? Yo, how's everyone doing? What's up? What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning me? Oh yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on. Tell me the truth. Was it like love at first sight? Okay, man. Right, Nick? Huh, me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. Flushed emoji. Cat chew sludge? Let me see this shit. Dude, they come out. Their merch is so fucking weird nowadays. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Cat Jam. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did? If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. Ha 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 ha. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy seems pretty suspicious, but Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know. No, you weren't. But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Aw. Wholesome. Us two. Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? Nope. But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Damn. Nick, Why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true, but when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait. Was that when you two were classmates? Yes. In grade school, they saved me. Miles and Larry. They saved me, and I'll never forget it. And that's why I became a defense attorney, you know? What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Yeah, sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. A class trial? Let's ask about the class trial to myself. You remember, Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade? A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Yeah, true. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Do we really have to explain that to her? Huh, I see. Novel concept. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared with $38 inside. That kind of money will change the world. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. So money, yeah. I can see why you'd forget though. You were out of school that day. So how does he remember it? Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skip PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So they thought you did it? Yeah. The kids in school said I should be put on trial. Damn, this shit's serious. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. And the teacher was there. I didn't do it. Guilty, he did it. It was you, thief. Give the money back. Just admit you did it. We're not gonna play with you anymore. Or the library committee. Guilty night, guilty kiss reference? Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad, I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. Objection! He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. You know, the backstory? Yeah, just apologize. We don't have to pay him back. Miles? It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. And that's why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. He's got huge hands. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Why don't you all just shut up? Oh, he's becoming Shadow the Hedgehog. This is always how it is. Everyone ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. Oh. Okay. That's how it happened. What's up, Griffin? One of the dumbest backstories of all time. I don't know, it's cute, I guess. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. Shaking and crying right now. Wow, I had no idea. That's me. That's how I am. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. The prosecutor part. Yeah, true. And then the teacher's just like, oh, he didn't do it? Alright. Well, I'll just pay the money. Who cares? I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine whenever he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney. Just like my father. Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. Probably. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." That seems fucking ridiculous. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? Demon attorney, save me. What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought, too. Yeah, I tried to get in touch with them, and I don't know how many times. Or, I tried to get in touch with them, I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. Kind of fucked up. I couldn't just drop it, though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. What's this about being a demon? That's when I decided. Yeah, for sure, Iris. Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. Okay, in court. That's crazy. Happy Pride Month. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick. So that's why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Aw, Nick, we have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. Very well, maybe. What the fuck? Why is that? First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Yeah, this whole DL6 evidence, we can probably throw that in the incinerator. No heckin' way, Nick. Oh my god. Yep, let's go find the boat shop caretaker before the police force does. Sounds good.
Hey, pal. Long time no see.
Oh, Detective Gumshoe.
Close one today, eh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half.
Sorry about that.
No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we know who really did it.
You mean the boat shop caretaker?
Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now, I'm off to catch me a criminal.
I believe in him. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today.
Oh, one other thing.
Eek!
No one can go into the woods today.
The woods? Where Lotto was camping.
The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while.
I guess Lotta's in a whole lot of trouble.
Lol. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow.
How can you not like Gumshoe? Let's go to the woods. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore looks. Oh, wait. It looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. Looks. Yeah. I thought he was going to say look, comma. So I was like, look. No, he's like, looks. Looks. Alright. No, let me break the rules. I want to go into the woods. That old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem. I'd know that clearing of the throat anywhere. It's Polly. Oh my god, it's Grossberg. Aha, hello. Who might... Or... I can read, I fucking swear. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, hmm? It's Jover, yeah. The days of my youth, like the scent of a fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Grossberg, this is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Ho ho, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you want to find anything out, come by my office at once. Why are you here? I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? We're gonna get murdered at the Grossberg law offices. Just let me go straight there, man. Oh, hi. Yuka's grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Maya, shut the fuck up. Embarrassing. Why would I remember that? Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, right? So simple. To a fault, even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. He called me simple to a fault? Insane. Usually when you say, like, X to a fault, it's like a compliment. But he just insulted me and then double insulted me. He was stupid, even to a fault. Yeah, drywall. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. Okay, dude. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, right? But I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yoki. He had to be the shooter any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the three of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Does that happen on an elevator? Or are they just bullshitting? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yoki had not been of sound mind due to oxygen deprivation. Right, yeah. Yogi was released due to lack of evidence. Due to a lack of evidence, innocent. That's when I changed my mind. Yeah, what kind of fucking elevator, like... Oh, it broke down? Well, I guess everyone in there is as good as dead. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. A plot-convenient elevator, very clever. It'd be funny if, like, Phoenix said all that stuff. It's like, what do you... The fuck you mean oxygen deprivation? You're just making shit up. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He is a perfectionist in all things, in court, in his personal life. He is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent, ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty, perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth? Yeah, would make more sense, I guess. If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right. Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. Investigations 2? What's up, seafood? I mean, I just finished day 2 of the trial. I don't know if that's what you mean. Or, oh, this is a game. Okay. This is what they announced on the direct, I'm guessing. Okay, yeah. He's out again. I see. When does he work anyway? No, don't be harsh. Guess we'll have to come back later. Bruh, everyone's dodging me. What's up, Larry? You know who doesn't dodge me? Larry Butts. Alright, how's the search going? How's it going? Hasn't gotten back yet. Gumshoe? He won't be coming back today. Oh, really? He said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow. The boat shop caretaker. He shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe. Gumshoe, actually. Been waiting over 10 years since I played the first one. Goddamn. Can I go to the beach? Can I go to the woods? Not yet. I can go in the shack now. That's new. December 27th, caretaker shack. Nobody's home. Hello, hello. Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello, hello. I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. Hello, hello. Polly, where is he? Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick. You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. Police know about her anyway. Fire Emblem Danganronpa game. I didn't watch the direct. I saw a screenshot of it. Wait. Is this something different? What did you send me, Drywall? Was that what Frogga's talking about? I didn't see the trailer. I heard there was some like Danganronpa thing. Ugly clown looking girl. Yeah, I didn't watch the trailer, but I was sent a screenshot of her and she looks ridiculous. Wait, so it's not Danganronpa or Fire Emblem, right? It's a new thing. It's like Fire Emblem and it's made by those guys. Well, okay. Okay, gotcha. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. That does sound funny, actually. I'll watch the trailer later. Ah! What's wrong? Huh? Oh, never mind. What? Tell me. Just when I saw the TV, I remembered they're showing a Pink Princess special this week. Oh. See, that's why I didn't want to tell you. Wholesome. Dang it, Grandpa. Fishing pole looks expensive. Maybe you should bring it to Detective Gumshoe. Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn his heater on. Guess he hasn't been back here since the trial. Doesn't look look like he used this kitchen much. I guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie. What, you thought he was telling the truth? Anything in here at all? I didn't click on the TV. I clicked on the garbage can. Alright. Bye, Polly. I'm not convinced that I did everything in there that I was supposed to, but yeah, I feel like I needed to do something in there. Unless there's something in here that I have to examine. He told me to come here. I love the music in this room. Expensive looking mahogany bookshelves. Yeah. Okay. Steal his valuables. I wish I could. I love his completely green globe that he has. Edgeworth? I did. Little buddy Edgeworth has nothing else to say. It wouldn't be bad if they just, like, kept the check mark on the magnifying glass if it's something you already looked at. Like, it'll do that, and then if you leave the room and come back, all the check marks are gone. It's like, why would you even let me look at this? Really? Damn. Do I just fucking... Yeah, okay. Nick, no! That's a photo of his father. Don't show him that. You're right. Let's dredge up those memories real quick. What is it? Nothing. Huh? What if we just talk about it? Yeah, it was that case that changed my life. Tomorrow, on December 28th, the statute of limitations runs out. Tomorrow? Could that be a coincidence? But even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Never. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I know what'll cheer you up. Sorry. I'm not sure I can help you with that. It's not for me. It's for you, man. Gotta hand him the gun. Remember this gun you touched for no reason? Metal detector? Okay. The bullet. Man. I'm going back to... I'm gonna hang out with Polly again, man. This lake sure likes to cause problems, doesn't it? Everything that happened here turned out to be a lie. Gordy was a lie. The charges against Mr. Edgeworth were all lies. I guess you're right. I mean, I'm glad the charges were all lies, but still. A trash can with no trash. Polly, what's up? Say, Nick, don't people usually put fish up on the wall to boast about them? Yeah, I guess so. You mean the pictures of fish they caught, right? This is not important. How can there be nothing here? What do I have to do? Oh, the safe. Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't let me it wouldn't let me open it before, that's right. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228. That's my parrot voice. Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. The brain realization. But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. I'm not so sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. I guess there might be a clue or two. Oh my god, he's in there! We found him! The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Ah, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? Maya, keep up! Oh my god. How should I know? I'm gonna read through the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says, this is your last chance. Just get a bunch of fish posters? I should. That sounds like a good idea. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out in court today. Oh, I could get handfish posters. Yes. You're right. That emote. Well, that's gotta feel pretty validating. It's like, oh, everything I figured out in court, on paper, verbatim, written by the murderer. That's pretty cool. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. Who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? I think Polly wrote it. But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Are we seriously trying to figure out who wrote it? Insane. Gumshoe. Grossberg. We'll see what he has to say. Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. Did you guys watch, like, all of it? This came out of the safe. I see. Revenge on me? Who is that old guy anyway? Swan, okay. I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something? Nice, right. But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he was following this letter then. Which means that there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get the revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men? Meaning myself and Robert Hammond? It also says this is your last chance. Last chance? Wait, maybe. Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident. Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Crazy. Whoops. Yeah, that would make sense, I guess. I wonder why he's like Edgeworth and Hammond ruined my life, even though he got away with it. Must have been about speedrunning. Yeah, probably. It sounds like it. Tri-Lagoon X6. Sounds fun. One day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. Oh, DL6, Dry Lagoon 6, I see. What do you think we should do now, Maya? You would know best, Nick. Wow, you are just on a roll with helpfulness. Just do what you do. That should work. Well, any good ideas? This is all tied to the DL6 incident. We better find out as much as we can about that murder before tomorrow. Something that happened back then has a hold on Edgeworth and it won't let go. I mean, we literally read through the case documents and shit. It all goes back to the lunch money. Where the fuck is Grossberg, dog? He told me to meet him and then he's gone. Oh my god. Yeah, where the fuck does it want me to go now? No, he's not, Iris. Yeah, I like it a lot. New talk option, okay. Thank you, Seafood. Yanni Yoki was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. Yeah? Did somebody die in the elevator? And then you were stuck in there for 5 hours and passed out from oxygen deprivation? Did that happen? Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. Not really, okay. Have I ever been in an earthquake? I have not experienced an earthquake. Have you? The air thinned, and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Oh, this is Edgeworth. I want to get out! Help! Get us out! Don't shout. You'll just use up more oxygen. That's a good question. Snap. Scenario. You're trapped in an elevator with me. We don't have oxygen. Do we kiss? That's all I remember. Wisconsin earthquakes and tsunamis constantly. I guess I just toned them all out. I didn't notice. The Lake Winnebago tsunami of 2005. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You remember those like tsunami relief bracelets? That was about Lake Winnebago actually. Memory unlocked, yeah, the light blue ones. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court, and Yogi was found innocent. Huh, but isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Yeah? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? I remember. The memory of a crime I committed. I think the time has come to tell it all. Not interested. I'm gonna go to the caretaker's shack, I think. Hang out with Polly some more. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. That's fucked up. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? I have the same dream every single night. It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark. Help! I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help! Don't shout. You'll use up more oxygen. I can't breathe. You're using up my air. This is ridiculous. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. What are you? Stop breathing my air. Did this happen in the elevator with Aura? No, father. He's attacking father. Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. Stop breathing my air, bro. Get your own air. Oh, they had to share the air. I see. I don't know if it was evidence from that day or in court, or from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! Bang. Uah! Killed his own dad. On accident. And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. Maya's like, fucking Jesus Christ. But that's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Whoops. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean... It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. This is bad. Oh, yikes. This shit makes 0 sense. I'm like trying to figure out if it makes sense, and I don't know if it does either. What are we gonna do, Nick? What can we do? So did anyone go to jail? Suspect Yanni Yogi trapped in elevator, memory loss. After his arrest, fiance Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Did they tell me that? I don't remember that detail. Damn. How did Polly commit suicide? She's in the shack. I'm sensing something fishy here. So he did get arrested. His fiance killed herself. Yeah, that tracks. All right. I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. Blood's named Polly. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe. There is, Nick. There is someone else who knows about DL6. And he's conveniently arrived at his law office, finally. Mr. Grossberg. Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled. Oh, am I late? I'm sorry. No kidding. I can't believe you're not. My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened. It's Mr. Edgeworth. He... No time skip. Explain everything again. I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father. It's only a dream, only a dream. I wonder... What? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled, That's funny, Seafood. I mean, there's a lot here. A lot of details. Well... Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep, he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream, it was real. Get his ass in jail, as you imagine. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired and the deed was done. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I got rid of the bot followers. No, I don't believe it. That is such bad luck, dude. There's two people fighting, and you have a gun, and you try to throw the gun at one guy who's not your dad, and the gun ends up shooting your dad. That's pretty tough. Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. That's an oops moment, for sure. Oopsie. You know, I think Edgeworth should just stay away from guns. He doesn't... He picks them up when he doesn't need to. He fucking throws them and kills people on accident. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Why'd he throw the gun? I don't know. He's probably just trying to... I mean, he wasn't trying to kill him, probably, but... I don't know. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. he should have pointed the gun at you. Insane thing to say. What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He's dead, I know that. He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, he may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey. My sister? Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result, he has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. And he lost. And died in despair, as it were. I see. Yeah, man. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fey. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. Damn. She's kind of the whoop. Yet Yogi was found innocent. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right. Everyone thought that. Myself included. Yet now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Oh my fucking god. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you. But a possibility nonetheless. I love that everyone's just down to believe in spirits. It's like, ah, yes, that can be the only reasonable explanation. Edgeworth, your dad's ghost thought that the other guy killed him. Isn't that crazy? Why didn't you just tell the truth? This kid is like 8. He's not gonna get the death sentence. Yeah, I don't know. Also, can the ghost, like, be like, I mean, it was him, but it was an accident. Like, he threw the gun, and then the gun shot me. It was like a whole thing. I can show up in court tomorrow if you need me. Like, he could have said all that, but no. It's always batshit crazy. They just make it so relevant in the plot. It's kind of funny. Let's go hang out with Polly some more. Polly's my go-to when I don't know what to do. Surely I have to go hang out with Polly. Gumshoe, where the fuck are you, man? Larry Butts? Was I not done? Ah, she was a beautiful woman. I'm truly sorry about what I did. Huh? Sorry about what? I think I'll stay out of this one. What the fuck? No, we've had a lot of spots like that, I feel like. This incident took place 15 years ago tomorrow. So tomorrow will be the completion of not one, but 2 trials. Need to call this kid's dead mom hot to her face. All thanks to the statute of limitations. However, I'm afraid the damage the DL6 incident has done will never be eased. Wait until you hear about the DN6 incident. Gregory Edgeworth. He was a gifted man. His death was truly a loss. I wonder what would have become of Von Karma were he alive. Oh ho! So this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond. But why kill Robert Hammond? Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own. Huh? His own sake? It is like that. He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. Okay, so he didn't go to jail. And Hammond saved him. Or got him out of court anyway. You'll understand soon enough. Just fucking tell me, old man. Wait! What is it? This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before, a long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? Maybe it was Yanni Yogi? Yanni Yogi? You claim he wrote this? He wrote himself this letter, then followed his own instructions? Yeah, I guess that would be what happened. Perhaps you think Mr. Yogi has a split personality. Oh my god. Never write your own instructions, man. Yes, right. I'll ask you again. It's Von Karma. Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this? Well, not sure. Wait, you're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was correct. Manfred Von Karma himself. What does this mean then? That's why we type. Why would Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? Present Polly. Imagine. Quite sorry. we done? I guess we're done. Okay. If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh no! How could Von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare. That I do not know. Yet I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred. Insane. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood. Yeah. Faulty evidence? It was the only penalty Von Karma had ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It might have been quite a shock for Von Karma. What's up, Des? He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Vacation? Yes, an unusual event for the man. Hey, thanks, man. That shit was hype. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. Don't tell me. Oh my god, embarrassing. You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. Europe feels okay, man. Professor Layton foreshadowing? Perhaps. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. God, if he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? Maybe he had to plan a murder in 15 years. What do we do, Nick? Von Karma is going to bring up DL6. You can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him. Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know. I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty. Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest. Mr. Grossberg, thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. I understand. Police materials, Okay. Alright. Gumshoe. There we go. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. Ah, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again? Well, now I can't just have anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma's in there now anyway. Ah, fuck. You can go in. You can go in as long as he's there. Von Karma? Yes, he just arrived actually. Burning records. Wow. Bold of him to murder you guys in the police station. That's fucking crazy. Nick, let's hurry. Oh boy. What you doing in here, bud? Dusty as always. We were only in here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing he isn't here. On Karma. Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says unsolved cases, evidence. Oh my god. Unsolved cases. Nick! The file for DL6, it's completely empty. Completely empty. What? What are you doing?
What are you doing in here?
Oh shit. Eek! Von Karma!
You. How do you know my name?
What? Huh?
Have we met?
What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team.
Defense team? I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They are like bugs to me. Needless things to be crushed.
Look at his fucking face, dude. It hurts to do. I don't like it. I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right?
A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always second rate.
Mr. Von Karma. You had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you?
Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney. Why?
Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record. So you did. But what I don't get is, need my axe grinded. Why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival.
That, my dear attorney, is none of your business.
God, he looks so weird from the front.
Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It has been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt.
His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean?
You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow.
We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. Oh man. Can I have the evidence?
Fool. You think I, a prosecutor, would give you a defense attorney information? Bah.
Creep. Insane. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. Oh, of course. I should have shown him that right away. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder.
Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it.
So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter.
Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You saved me from a lot of needless hassle.
What? Nick, what is that thing? Ah, shit. Ah, fuck. A stun gun for self-defense, usually. Phoenix. Oh, that's a stun gun, usually for self-defense.
Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence.
600,000?
Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it usually. Now give me the letter. We are literally in the fucking police department, but I will tase the shit out of you.
No, no!
Whoa, what are you?
Nick, run! What the fuck is happening? Oh, shit. Wait, did he just tase Maya?
Out of my way!
No. That is a funny way to portray them being tased. Just you can't just tase Maya, bro. What the fuck? Then he tased me. That's fine. You did the Fox sound effect or Fox death sound. Ugh, he got us. He got us with those 600,000 volts. Oops. The letter's gone, of course. He took the DL6 evidence, all of it. Back to having no clues. Aw, shucks. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya. That's insane, he just tased us. Open your eyes. No. Maya! Thank God. The letter. Did he take it? Huh? Oh, yeah. Are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now, when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. What the fuck? It's a little overdramatic. Maya, there has to be some way I can help her. I think we needed Mia in the courtroom. I don't know if we needed her now. Dude, what if she did summon Mia, though, right before that happened, and then she's behind her like a fucking JoJo stand and just fucking whacks the taser out of his hand? That would have been cool. I better do something about her self-confidence first. Maybe the police should do something. Maya, she's holding something. What is that? A bullet? DL6 incident, evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. Oh my god, she's giga not useless after all. Crazy. What is Mia gonna do in a trial that has nothing to do with her? Good point. She's just a genius, man. Like, she'll figure it out. Maya's the goat. She's not useless. That's what I said. I said she's giga not useless. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. Or, okay. You could just be like, wow, you took the bullet. That's pretty useful. Pretty insane so far. Episode 4 is very long. I know. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. Police didn't do anything. It's also insane that, like, he's like, oh, that letter about murder. Yeah, I wrote that. A guy who's all about fucking evidence and shit. He just tells me that it was him. I guess he's so fucking confident that we won't prove him guilty. I mean, I guess he planned on taking it from us anyway, but